we must embrace the title, poor and needy. This is the final closing verse of the poem. Poor and needy, that's how King David, the author of this poem, identifies himself. We are also indeed poor and needy, not because of our external circumstances, but because of our internal condition. Not because we lack talent, confidence, or opportunity, but because our sin morally bankrupts us and depletes our desire for God, impairs our ability to perceive sin, and cripples our ability to get out of it. We are indeed fully covered in mud. Let no self-professing Christian ever say, I am a good person. No, we are morally bankrupt, poor and needy. But verse 17 says, yet the Lord takes thought of me. May we embrace this title, let it sanctify us, orient us, and position us to cry out to God for help. Lesson 4, we must recognize only Jesus can save. Now, metaphorically saved from the pits. What does this being rescued actually look like in our minds and our hearts? First, we need to recognize our desperate, unsolvable situation with sin. And then we consider ourselves poor and needy. Because those who don't think they are in a pit will not in their hearts ask for help. Next, we must also direct our cry to the right person. We must look to Jesus and correctly identify him as our help and our deliverer. And in our prayer, cry out, please save me from my sins. And then Jesus will. And immediately, spiritually, something supernatural happens. We are immediately saved. Jesus takes your sin and dies with them on the cross. And by believing in our hearts and crying out, God accepts Jesus on the cross as payment for our sin, causing the shackles of our sin to be forever broken, giving us a new freedom to turn away from sin and leave the pit. A good sign that we are saved is that we don't want to jump back into the pit of sin. We might slip sometimes, but we don't voluntarily jump back in, just like how no one who was rescued from a burning house would voluntarily run back in and say, the fire was not that bad.